Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about something that's been a long time coming, and it's something very near and dear to me because it involves one of my absolute favorite lifts, and that's the deadlift. And today's scope will be bouncing deadlifts. Now, right off the bat, there is a time and place for it, and there's actually a technique for it as well. However, this video is going to be for all beginners, all intermediates. If you are under 2 times your body weight for your deadlift, then this applies to you, and even beyond that to a degree. But all too often, I'll see beginners, novices, and even intermediates bouncing deadlifts. And this is not a good thing for a lot of reasons, but I'm going to keep it to 3 simple ones today. First one is going to be cheating the beginning of the lift, where after you get past the first repetition, it's going to be a matter of either storing energy in your posterior chain, especially if you're doing a conventional deadlift, or in your hip flexors and your outer hamstrings if you're doing a sumo deadlift. But the main thing is that when you bounce deadlifts, you're taking away a lot of benefit that you could be getting from the exercise, namely because you're using an elasticity in the muscles, and so that way they actually skip the very first part, the mechanically hardest part of the deadlift. But coincidentally, it's also where you're going to get a lot of the benefit from deadlifting. So while we're always trying to get stronger, we want to add weight to the bar and add resistance and see progress that way, be careful not to cheat repetitions. Now, if you do it here and there, maybe you're doing 5 rep sets and you just accidentally just bounce it off the floor, okay, but try to correct that. Try to get rid of it. So you're not trying to necessarily do it, but it might come out once in a while. And same thing like I say for people with bench pressing, that's acceptable. I mean, it's not something you want to allow to happen on a regular basis, but when you start to get upwards of 90% of your 1 rep max and beyond, it's gonna happen at some point. So with deadlifts, be very careful when you're in the bottom of a deadlift set and you're trying to bounce off the floor. It's very easy to lose your tension and to lose tightness throughout your body, and that's where a lot of injuries occur. So be careful for deadlifting. I always tell all my clients, I don't have even one client who I will actually show a touch and go for, and I didn't even start to do any work with it until I got to at least 500 pounds for a deadlift. So with that said, I don't want this to go too long, but when you're deadlifting, especially when you're learning, don't bounce them. Just don't. You're increasing the risk of injury way too much, like tenfold, and also you're just kind of fooling yourself with how strong you actually are. So get in the habit of at least a half second. I like to usually use as a rule of thumb about a full second on the floor before your next repetition, and that goes for whichever kind of sets and reps you're doing. So that way you stay safe, but also you're actually going to get stronger. So you might have to take off some weight, and that's fine. Reset a little bit. Think of it as technique refining and build your deadlift up that way, because you'll be better for it, you'll be stronger, and you'll stay safe. Alright guys, thank you so much, and remember, adopt, don't shop.